Hello and welcome to Sudoku Pro. This is a one-star puzzle from today's Hindu. Let's get started.
Hello everyone. Let me start with the central block today. There are only two empty cells and the missing numbers are 2 and 9. There is a 9 blocking from here. So D6 takes 2 and F4 takes 9. Let's find out all the threes because there are quite a lot of threes across the puzzle. Okay, there is a 3 here in D row and a 3 here in E row which blocks these two rows. So 3 has to be in one of these two cells. There is a 3 here in column 7 which blocks this cell. So F9 takes 3. There is a 3 here in H row and a 3 in I row which blocks these two rows, and there is a 3 in column 3 and a 3 in column 2 which blocks these two cells. So G1 takes 3. So this 3 in B row blocks this entire row. There is a 3 here in column 4 which blocks here. There is a 3 here in column 6 which blocks here. That means 3 goes here in A5 or C5. Similarly, here you have a 3 in column 9 and a 3 in column 7 which blocks these two cells. So 3 goes here in A8 or C8. Now let's find out all the sevens because there are a lot of sevens also around. Okay, now you have 7 here in B row and a 7 here in C row which blocks these two rows, and there is a 7 blocking from here. So A6 takes 7. So this 7 blocks here, and there is a 7 here in column 5 which blocks here. So 7 has to be in one of these two cells, but you have a 7 here in I row which blocks here. So H4 takes 7. Now this 7 in H row and the 7 in I row blocks these two rows. So 7 has to be in one of these two cells, but there is a 7 blocking from third column. So G2 takes 7. And now you have a 7, this 7 blocks here and this 7 in third column blocks here. There is a 7 here in D row and a 7 in E row which blocks these two cells. So 7 goes here in F1. Let's try to find fives. There is a 5 here in column 3 and a 5 here in column 2 which blocks these two columns. So I1 takes 5. Now you can see there is a 5 and 2 pair here in block 1 and a 5 and 2 pair in block 3. So both 5 and 2 block these two rows. That means 5 and 2 has to be in these two cells. There is a 5 blocking here, so 5 cannot be here, so 5 has to be here in C4. That means 2 has to be here in C5. Now we know that 3 is cancelled out here, so 3 takes this place. This 3 cancels out the 3 here, and C8 takes 3. Let's try to find all the 6. There is a 6 here in F row which blocks these two cells, and there is a 6 here in column 1 which blocks these two cells. So D3 takes 6. Now this 6 blocks this cell. There is a 6 here in column 1 which blocks these three cells. So C2 takes 6. Now let's try to find all the 9s. There is a 9 here which blocks these two cells of column 3. There is a 9 here which blocks this cell. So in column 3, A3 is the only cell where 9 can be. Now this 9 blocks these two cells, and there is a 9 here in C row which blocks these two cells. So B7 takes 9. Now if you observe B row, you can see 1 here which blocks these three cells. That means 1 cannot be in any of these cells. So naturally 1 goes here in B1. Now the missing numbers in B row are 4, 6 and 8. Let me write it here. 4, 6 and 8. You can see 6 and 8 in column 4 blocking here. So that means B4 can take 4. Now the missing numbers are 6 and 8. There is a 8 blocking here. So 8 cannot be here. So B5 takes 6 and B6 takes 8. In block 1, there are only 2 cells empty and the missing numbers are 4 and 8. We do not have any clues of 4 and 8 across the rows. So let's just mark it as 4 or 8 here. Now we know very well that this column has 4 and 8 here and it blocks these 2 cells. 4 and 8 cannot be here in these 2 cells. That means in this block 4 and 8 has to be in all of these 2 cells. But we have 8 blocking from here. So F3 takes 4 and F2 takes 8. Now in F row there is only one empty cell and the missing number is 2. In E row, there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 2 and 9. There is a 2 blocking from here. So E9 takes 9 and E1 takes 2. Now the only missing number in this block is 9. The only missing number in column 2 is 4. The only missing number in column 4 is 2. Now in I row, there are only 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1, 6 and 9. There is no much clue about 1 and 6 around, but we can find out the 9 very easily. You have a 9 here in column 7 and a 9 here in column 9, which blocks these cells. That is, I7 and I9 cannot take 9 because there is a 9 in those columns. That means I5 is the only cell in I row which can take 9. Now in column 5 there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1 and 4. There is a 4 blocking from here, so G5 takes 1 and H5 takes 4. In column 3 there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1 and 2. There is a 1 blocking from here, so G3 takes 2 and H3 takes 1. In column 6, there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 5 and 6. There is a 6 blocking from here, so H6 takes 5 and G6 takes 6. In row A, there are 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 4, 6 and 8. There is a 6 and 8 blocking here, so A8 takes 4. Now we already know that 4 and 8 are missing in these 2 cells. Since 4 is blocking from here, A1 will take 8 and C1 takes 4. Now in A row, the only missing number is 6. In I row, there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1 and 6. There is a 6 blocking from here. So I9 takes 1 and I7 takes 6. In H row, the only missing number is 2. In G row, the missing numbers are 5 and 9. There is a 9 blocking from here. So G9 takes 5 and G8 takes 9. In C row, the missing numbers are 1 and 8. There is a 1 blocking from here. So C9 takes 8 and C7 takes 1. In column 8, there is only one empty cell and the missing number is 1. Now in 9, the only missing number is 4. And in column 7 the missing number is 8. And the puzzle is solved. Thank you and have a nice day.